As you may know, we often spend lots of times in Airbnbs or also house sitting. And sadly, some kitchens are really not very well equipped. Especially in Airbnbs, I'm sure the owner never even bothered testing their own kitchen to see if it's really usable. And often the few tools that they have are in a very sad state. So more often than not, the knives are so dull that you could not even cut melted butter with it, or the chopping boards are extremely stained with I don't know what. And as a result of that, badly equipped kitchens sometimes force us to spend more money eating out, and that is really blowing our budget sometimes. And apart from the budget, going to restaurants every day also gets boring very quickly, in my opinion, because they all more or less serve the same, especially when you're in a rural place and all you have is one bar. And meanwhile, supermarkets are full with all those interesting foods to try. So both my husband and I, we really love cooking. So a few years ago, we decided that we would bring some tools with us. And in the beginning, we just carried them in a grocery bag. But more or less a year ago, we upgraded to this bag here, where we organize all our cooking must-haves. This bag always stays in the trunk of our car, and when we need it, we have it, and if we don't need it, it just stays there. So obviously I would not bring it with me when I fly away with a carry-on only. That's really not the point, but we travel so much with the car through Europe for long periods of times, and there this bag has been awesome for us. So let me show you what I bring, and everything we bring we place into this bag here. It's a camping organizer. You can hang it up on one side. So this bag here has a Velcro patch, but I don't know what it's supposed to be for. It has one front pocket here, and in here we usually just keep two door hangers to hang it up. We usually just hang it over the handles, but if necessary, it also has two clasps here, and then you could hang it over a rail. And here in the back there is one slide-in pocket that we use to transport some cleaning gear. We usually bring some wet wipes to clean glass, some disinfectant wipes, some laundry detergent sheets, and also some toilet cleaning sheets that you just throw into the toilet, and when they get wet, they turn into the toilet cleaner. And with traveling, we usually find it much easier to just have disposable cleaning supplies like this, because we rarely have the opportunity to wash rags or something when we leave, so this is more useful for us. And now let's go open up the bag. So as you can see, this bag has a lot of organizational pockets. And here in the back, we have one large pocket that goes over the whole length of the bag. And what we keep here is usually a dishcloth, because in many Airbnbs we don't get one. And also when we do house sitting, I usually don't want to ruin the dishcloths of the hosts. I have a scale. I have a cutting board that I use for fruits. And I have one big cutting board that we use for meat and vegetables. Then in those pockets here, we just have some kitchen tools. So we have one potato masher. I have a very sharp peeler because I'm left-handed and I'm too stupid to use most of the peelers out there. And this one is from Victorinox. I already have it since, I guess, more than 10 years, and it's still extremely sharp. So I'm very happy with this one. Then we have two very sharp knives from Victorinox. They're also very old. Most of those things are actually from when we still had an apartment. And I like those things very much because I can cut everything with it. Then, very important for cooking for us is just a sharp kitchen knife. I have one grater that I can use to grate fine things, and also over here more coarse. The next thing I have in here is a whisk. And it has this closure ring, so when I want to use it, I move this to the back. And I pick the one with the silicone ends to not scratch any pans and pots. Anyways, it's extremely useful, especially with this ring, and I already liked it very much when I still had an apartment, because usually whisks take up so much space in drawers, and this is just so much more compact. And then in here I just have some cheap tools, also very old. They're from IKEA. Then we bring some scissors. We have some cutlery, so I have one C2 Summit spork and also two plastic forks that we just hold on to. Another set of travel cutlery, garlic press, and all the rest here is just some random items, like a lighter and some gaffer tape. I'd like to drink tea, so I have some tea filters here. And here there's some rubber bands and also our small salt and pepper shaker. Now over here in this next pocket we have a few handy things that we need when cooking. In here I usually keep my water cooker stick. It's very useful to heat up water for teas and coffees on the way. We have some freezer bags, some cling foil, and also some aluminium foil. And in the past we tried to be more sustainable than this and traveled with some beeswax sheets to seal the things, which worked very well for a few weeks until we went to Spain and left this thing in the car and everything turned into a molded mess. And I know that usually you could iron them to redistribute the wax, but in our case it all melted somewhere else. And also I had no iron, so cling foil it is. Then I also have some baking sheets. I usually fold them up so they're easier to transport. A spare sponge and just some more bags. And over here there is a string that you could use to hang up some paper kitchen towels, like a roll, but I don't have any, so I just keep my tape here. And this tape is often very useful to just seal bags and stuff. And down here now we have the largest compartment. It closes with a Velcro. And in here we have my husband's mocha pot. We have some containers from human gear that we use for salt and some herbs, and I find them very useful because they all stack on top of each other. We have a lemon press. I have a silicone measuring cup. We have some silicone muffin forms because every once in a while we want to bake something. And the last few things in here stack nicely into each other. So we have two of the C2 Summit bowls. These bowls are extremely useful because in so many places there's just tiny bowls, if there are bowls at all. So we use this a lot to eat cereals in the morning or also lots of salads. Then in here we have another C2 Summit bowl, the smaller version. This is the first one that we bought, but we quickly decided that we want the larger ones. But we still bring this because it's very useful to serve like little snacks and stuff. Then I have a foldable cup in here. And this last item here is a foldable colander. It's also very old already, got a little hole and stuff, but it still does the job. And that's everything we bring. And I made a big mess again. So with these few tools, we are really able to cook almost anything. And we really enjoy to have our own gear and sharp tools with us. This bag helps us to eat a lot healthier and also spend a lot less money while traveling. And instead of eating the same often unhealthy, often overpriced food when you're in a tourist area, we go to the supermarkets, we get the fresh products, we talk to locals or research in the internet for some new recipes and try cooking local dishes. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's often a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my monthly newsletter or to this channel. That would make me very happy. And other than that, thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!